What if I told you that the symbols you see every day on your clothes, in ancient books, and even etched into the stones of forgotten temples hold untold power, waiting to awaken? These symbols aren't just pretty shapes, or old relics of a bygone age. No, they are keys to ancient wisdom, some of which have been buried, lost, or even intentionally obscured by time itself. The question is, why do certain symbols seem to carry such an almost mystical force, influencing not just individuals, but entire cultures across history? Today, we will explore the unseen power behind these symbols, those whose meanings remain hidden from the modern eye, and uncover the forgotten truths about their potential to shape reality itself. Throughout this video, we'll journey deep into the past, unraveling ancient secrets and drawing connections between sacred geometry, hidden knowledge, and the subtle energies that surround us all. What might you learn about the symbols we take for granted? What can you discover about your own life, your mind, and your consciousness through this deep dive into the unseen forces that govern our world? Stay with me as we explore how symbols have shaped history, altered the course of civilizations, and most crucially, how you can harness their power in your everyday life. To understand why certain symbols hold such an uncanny power, we first must trace them back to the ancient world. Long before the advent of modern science, or even the written word, humanity's earliest cultures communicated in a language of symbols. These symbols were not just aesthetic, they were thought to hold a deep, intrinsic connection to the spiritual and metaphysical dimensions of reality. In ancient Egypt, for example, hieroglyphs weren't merely letters, they were seen as sacred sounds that could influence the forces of nature. The Egyptians knew that symbols could unlock powerful gateways between the material and the divine, which is why temples and tombs were adorned with them. Consider the Ouroboros, the serpent eating its own tail, one of the oldest and most potent symbols known to humankind. The Ouroboros, which has appeared in various forms across different cultures from the Greeks to the ancient Chinese, is a symbol of eternal cycles, life, death, and rebirth. It represents the infinite loop of existence, an endless return to oneself. In this seemingly simple image lies a profound truth about the nature of life and the universe, an idea that was sacred and guarded by ancient philosophers and mystics. Similarly, ancient civilizations like the Mayans, the Sumerians, and the Greeks all possessed systems of sacred geometry, patterns and shapes like the pentagram, the triangle, and the circle, believed to mirror the divine blueprint of the universe itself. The Greeks, for example, associated the five-pointed star with the goddess Venus, a symbol not just of beauty but of harmony and balance, illustrating the idea that these shapes weren't arbitrary, they were expressions of divine principles that governed everything from the growth of plants to the flow of energy in the cosmos. But here is the mystery that so many of us overlook. Why were these symbols hidden away in the first place? Why were their meanings buried, lost, or deliberately twisted over time? Some scholars suggest that it was because these symbols carried immense power and influence that could be wielded by those who truly understood them, whether for good or ill. Over the centuries, much of this knowledge was suppressed. Secret societies like the Freemasons, the Rosicrucians, and even the ancient alchemists guarded these symbols jealously, using them to preserve ancient wisdom, and possibly, to control the flow of power in the world. Symbols like the pentagram, once representing the five elements in harmony, have been distorted in modern times. But in their original context, these symbols were not tools of dark magic, but instruments of alignment with universal forces. Over the centuries, they became misunderstood and corrupted, contributing to the very mystery that still surrounds them today. Now that we've established the ancient origins of these symbols, let us dive into what makes them so powerful, what gives these shapes, designs, and figures their mystique. To begin, symbols are not merely abstract, they are representations of universal principles, energies, and laws that govern our lives. In a way, these symbols serve as shortcuts to accessing deeper layers of reality. Take the symbol of the circle, for instance. Universally, the circle represents wholeness, unity, and infinity. From ancient tribal marks to modern logos, the circle carries an energy of inclusion and continuity. Think of the sun, which has been a symbol of vitality, growth, and enlightenment across countless cultures. The sun doesn't merely shine on us, it illuminates the very essence of life. The circle is no different. It is a symbol that transcends time and culture, one that reaches into the deepest recesses of the human psyche. In fact, the act of focusing on or meditating upon the circle can create a profound sense of peace and balance, an experience of wholeness. Similarly, consider the triangle. The triangle has been recognized as a symbol of balance and connection between the physical, mental, and spiritual realms. Its three sides represent the three major dimensions of human existence: body, mind, and spirit. In alchemical traditions, the triangle was seen as the key to understanding the elemental forces that shape the universe. It was said to hold the secret to transformation, a way of harnessing and uniting all forces for personal and spiritual enlightenment. Yet, how often do we overlook the triangle's deeper meaning when it appears in our everyday lives? These symbols, when understood properly, can act as keys to unlocking hidden forces within ourselves and the universe. By aligning with the energy of a symbol, whether it's through visualization, meditation, or physical practice, we tap into the currents of power that run through all things. It's not magic in the traditional sense, but rather the application of universal laws that govern the fabric of reality itself. Now, let us move deeper into the essence of why certain symbols resonate so deeply with us. The power of symbols lies not just in their meanings, but in their ability to unlock a part of the mind that is otherwise dormant. These symbols trigger what Carl Jung described as the collective unconscious universal archetypes shared by all human beings across time. For instance, the cross, a symbol often misunderstood in modern contexts, has roots that go far beyond religious associations. Historically, the cross has symbolized the intersection of the material and spiritual worlds. Its four arms represent the four cardinal directions, the elements, and the seasons, connecting the human experience to the broader universe. It represents a central axis through which the physical and metaphysical meet. When we meditate on the cross, we are not just connecting with religious tradition, we are reconnecting with the universe itself, with the balance that the cross embodies. There are, of course, misconceptions around symbols, often because they've been co-opted for purposes that distort their original intent. The swastika, for example, was once a powerful symbol of good fortune and prosperity in many ancient cultures, including Hinduism and Buddhism. Yet, in the 20th century, it became associated with dark and destructive forces, distorting its original energy. This shows how powerful symbols can be manipulated, and how they can be reclaimed when understood properly. As we continue to peel back the layers, it becomes clear: symbols are far from mere representations. They are keys to understanding the hidden nature of the universe, to tapping into hidden realms of consciousness, and to aligning ourselves with the forces of creation. What we need to understand is that this power is available to all who are willing to look beyond the surface and engage with these symbols in a conscious, intentional way. So, how can you apply this ancient knowledge in your own life? Start by reintroducing symbols into your daily routine with intention. You might place a circle, a triangle, or even the symbol of the sun in your environment to help channel the energy you wish to align with. Each symbol carries its own unique energy, and by consciously surrounding yourself with them, you invite their influence into your life. One powerful exercise is to meditate with a specific symbol. For instance, place a circle before you and focus on its shape and meaning. Visualize yourself as the center of the circle, connected to the greater whole. Feel the harmony and unity that the circle represents. Let this exercise ground you in the realization that you are part of something much larger than yourself. Likewise, if you are seeking transformation, try using the triangle as a symbol in your meditations. Imagine the 3 points of the triangle as your body, mind, and spirit, each one in perfect balance and harmony. See how your energies align, and allow the symbol to guide you toward personal and spiritual integration. We live in a world overflowing with symbols, yet few of us truly understand the power they hold. In uncovering the ancient secrets behind these powerful shapes, we come closer to understanding the universal forces that govern our lives. By learning to use these symbols consciously, we can awaken the latent powers within us and transform our lives in ways we've never imagined. The next time you encounter a symbol, whether on a piece of jewelry, a sacred text, or even in the design of a modern brand, remember, it might just be a key to unlocking a deeper, hidden truth about the universe.